This is the Star News Brief. I'm Mark Gitau. Leading presidential candidates Raila Odinga and Deputy President William Ruto are carefully treading the last 60 hours of the official campaign, a period likely to shape the tough and dicey State House contest. The sunset of campaigns is turning out to be a double-edged sword that will either make or break the presidential bout of the two frontrunners in President Uhuru Kenyatta's succession race. Get a copy of the Star News Brief by subscribing to our e-paper with only 40 shillings through www.mgazeti.com. Unauthorized people accessed the voter register database of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, a new audit has revealed. The audit by KPMG says the unauthorized users updated the voter register, raising concerns about whether the voters' roll was manipulated. Additionally, the auditors said password settings in the application layer and database layer were inconsistent with the IEBC policy. Further to this, registration officers also had elevated privileges which allowed them to effect transfers, change voter particulars, and deactivate deceased voters at the constituency level. The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission says there will be anarchy and chaos if its chairperson is barred from performing his duties less than a week before polls. Activist Siga Gumba wants court to restrain Wafula Chebukati from performing the functions of his office or implementing duties and functions related to the preparation and conduct of the general elections to be held Tuesday next week. Agumba said Chebukati is a threat to the integrity of the democratic system, and his public conduct and performance is encouraging open interference with the peaceful and democratic transition of power. The rare Gravis zebras and Somali giraffes are some of the major wildlife facing death due to the drought. About 80 elephants have died in Tsavo. The Wildlife Research and Training Institute is calling for urgent mitigation to save the animals, mainly in the northern Kenya. The research institute said tens of animals, mainly the old and the young, had already died, forcing the government to truck in water, build dams, and bring in food. Kenya is a very youthful country with 75% of its population constituting of youth aged 18 to 35 years and 24.5% comprising of adolescents aged 10 to 24 years, 2019 population and census shows. While this population presents an opportunity for demographic dividend, poor sexual reproductive health outcomes including increased HIV new infections, gender-based violence, and teenage pregnancies have been identified as threats that hinder adolescents and young people from fully maximizing their potential. Get a copy of the Star News Brief by subscribing to our e-paper with only 40 shillings through www.mgazeti.com.